Hello to the Equalist Empire. So, if you would have seen it on my Instagram recently, I was in Kutch, but you all don't know why I was there. So, basically, I was there for a fashion show. Now, Judy Frater is a person who moved to India about 25 years ago, and she started a school for the artisans who we call karigars. The name of the school is Somaiya Kala Vidya, and it is to make the artisan, the karigar, into a designer as well. So the fashion show was their graduating fashion show. There were 16 graduating students, and the choreographer was Mr. James Ferreira. To know anything more about this, I will put some links in the description down below.
When was the last time you saw TV like this?
Before we did any work for the fashion show, we went to an NGO called Khamir. Now, Khamir is an NGO which has been helping craftspeople, non-embroidery craftspeople in Kutch since the 2001 earthquake, and they help rehabilitate them, they help bring their artwork out, and they introduce new things that these artisans can do. When you go to a place like Khamir, you see that for the craftsperson, it's not just a job that they do, it's part of their livelihood. It is very, very important to them, not like how we see a general 9 to 5. And the experience was such that you can't express it in words, you can't express it in video, you have to be there to feel it. Then we went on for our fittings for the fashion show. We had all gone from college, so we were 9 students, and all of us had been assigned one model each, and each model had about 9 to 10 changes. So basically, a lot of the students of Judy Frater's school had made stoles and saris and scarves and even bed sheets for that matter. And we were told by Mr. James Ferreira that we don't have to present a stole just like a stole every single time because there's so many of them, and we were draping them in different forms to just make it look better and beautiful. The problem I faced mainly was that my model was not available. She was going to come the next day, so I had to wear her clothes and I had to drape everything on myself, and well, that was of course a task. So the next day we arrived at the venue, and that is what our stage was, and that is how our clothes were being ironed, not by the steam iron that you use in a city. And the people who were going to see the fashion show were going to be all the people of the village Prajodi where we were. And it was really fascinating because we even went into their homes and we actually saw people weaving inside their homes like, it's just a normal process, which we actually don't get to see every day. Another big thing I did over here, which I do not do on a regular basis, I ate rice with my hands because spoons weren't available, so I just had to. So the next day we had a little bit of extra time, so we decided to go and see other things in Kutch. We saw Ajrak block printing, and then we went to LLDC Museum, which preserves a lot of artwork in India. If you go to Kutch, you need to see this museum because there's so much great stuff in India which we don't put together in a museum, and this museum was very well made. After that we proceeded to go to Rann of Kutch, and it was just beautiful. I don't think there's too much to be said about it. So overall, the trip was a great experience. We always think of fashion as high fashion, and here we saw a different side to it. And we also got to meet so many different artisans. We heard so many different stories about people, and it really keeps you grounded. It really makes you think deeper every time you go on to design something else, and it really, really helps you appreciate your Indian culture.